Ayo, Ben here, and welcome back to Grid. Yeah, I'm trying to post narration now, or post commentary, and just going over the audio here, and audio, going through this, and we're going to the street because maybe this will suit me better, considering the last time I even played a racing game was Gran Turismo way back when. I mean, it was pretty far back. And looking at these, and I decided to go with Team Kicker because, well, more setup options. I prefer this. I want to be able to set up what I do, and even if that means that maybe I don't get the best car, at least I can set it up. So, start off in San Francisco, and this is going to be an interesting race. Lots of, and of course, I don't understand why it does the double thingy, but it's got a lot of tight corners, as you can probably see. I'm keep pointing at my screen like you can actually see what I'm doing, but that's not that big of an issue. I decided to bring my brake bias towards the front a little bit to increase stability in the car, and I open up the differential gear ratios. I actually go with no, I leave it in the middle. Okay, I thought I went short there. I bring the ride height down and soften up the suspension. Really, this is just to aid in cornering abilities, and since there's no qualifying, I go straight to the race. And as you, that's not my real last name. I don't do it, and I was being a dumbass right there, trying to change the car camera view because the last thing I did was I did some unrecorded open wheel stuff, not in career mode. Yeah, I was a complete dumbass when I did that, and boom, smack the suspension, and this race had just gone horrible. And yeah, I mean, sure, I get in front of somebody, but I decide I'm just going to restart this damn thing, because honestly, I was paying too much attention to other things, and I'm taking my one restart per event rule that I give myself, since I'm not using flashbacks, and the AI doesn't actually acknowledge your existence. So I break into this corner looking not to hurt anybody, and that was a narrow street. I go around everybody, and I actually do a pretty good job smacking to Raven West there, and I try to go around the outside here, but that doesn't exactly work. And I actually switch it up to the inside, and he slams me wide, and I'm going to lose a lot of positions. Oh, at least supposedly I lose a lot of positions. But I mean, I'm working my way up the field like nobody's business here, so street racing is definitely a lot more suited to my skills. And I slam it a little wide, but not enough to cause any serious damage. Again, actually, that was a nice corner, not gonna lie. Here, I'm not sure, it's actually a bit laggy in the, from my view, but maybe different. Go through this corner series, really nice, probably could take that at a little bit of a higher clip, but, decide against it. I should probably go wide here, but I slam and boom! Try taking that corner flat out, and that's what happens when you do. Fucking fuck. So, I'm gonna have to take the DNF here. And you can probably hear my reaction. Yeah, so I have to take the fucking DNF, and not what I want to do. So fast forward into next race, and this is actually my home race. I don't live in DC proper, I just live in the area, but yeah, so looking for something good here, and this is actually one of the more boring circuits, at least the one that we're using here. And I decided to bring the brake bias even farther to the front and lengthen the gear ratios. And I'm starting second on the grid because it's points reversed. And I actually get a good start for once. That corner is easily, that's one of the nicer corners. And that's another good corner. And that corner I took a little bit too slowly. It's going to allow this guy to get a nice run up onto me into this high-speed chicane. And I make a mistake and put it into the grass. I decide that this race is good enough. I haven't lost any positions from my start, so I decided to continue on. Take that corner a little bit awkwardly, but the race is actually going fine. Take this one flat out. And into turn 2. You can take this pretty good if you decide to lift correctly. Despite the steering column damage, I think I continue this race. I'm not sure. Because it's not that much. Take that. I probably took that corner a bit cautiously, I'm not gonna lie. So going through this, going through on the second lap, we're on lap 3 of 5. Yeah, okay, I took that corner really nice. And the better I take these corners than this guy. Oh, and I got a beautiful run out of that corner. And now I can squeeze him off in this chicane, so I'm going to really cut it close there, and that's just going to give him a really poor run into this corner, which I'm going to take it. I'm not going to take it like you would a normal, because it's really just a kink in the road. And I took it a little bit wide, so I'd be going a lot faster through the corner. Now we're going to be sliding in through here. And through this corner. Do really nice to keep it near the wall. And clip the apex there. I mean, we've already got a 2-second lead built up, so we're doing everything right. I took the apex there because I was trying to hit the apex and not just focusing on getting full lap time. And I did the same thing there, and that actually gives this guy a possible run on me through the next lap. And I wasn't focusing on getting fast lap time so much as I was focusing on trying to hit all my apexes. Take that corner beautifully. Take this corner a little bit wide. Not the right way to do it. And then through the chicane, I decide that it's going to be best if I try to go through there. Yeah, like that. Not really focus on squeezing him out. Did a little bit better there on making sure that not only did I focus on fast lap time, but chicane. But yes, chicane. What does that even have to do? And here I just defend from the guy behind me. And you can see I did sustain some damage. And it's first of many, yeah. First of many hope victories. Still got a few more races and go through here. And now we're in Dubai. And Yeah. We're going to be starting a little bit farther back on the grid this time, and this is starting in the middle grid. It's easy to get taken out. Now we're in the coupes. I again move my brake bias towards the front. I open up the gear differentials. I also lengthen the ratios, decrease the ride height, and make the suspension soft. I do this to pretty much it's aid in cornering. And in races like this, you do not win because your car's better on a fast line. In a fast line, you win because of your cornering ability. And there goes Raven West. Nothing really much happens on this first straight except for boom! I get spun out. Sure, I tapped the wall, but I would have been fine had the other guy decided to try to avoid instead of maintaining his line, because I was in front. If you're behind and you see somebody going forward and you spin them out, that's your fault, even if you were holding your line, because the other person was rejoining the track in front of you. Now here I take it much better. Some guy loses his hood again. I think that was my teammate. I decided I'm going to try and go up the inside of these guys and wind up almost getting spun out again. I tapped Monster and then an Oakley. And even though I've got a longer gear ratio, this Raven West is still faster than me. I'm not sure what sort of voodoo witchcraft. Boom! Hit the wall. Now I'm in 10th, and the race just starts to go downhill from here. Boom! Right into the wall. I think at some point I actually take a DNF in this one. Yeah, I just take the DNF here. And it's really disappointing having to take these because I know I can do better than this, and it's also disappointing because a lot of it is because the AI just doesn't want to give you the room. Now, I'm not complaining. I like that. I like how they give you the challenge, but it's just really disappointing when you're holding your line and the AI comes in and hits your quarter panel and you go spinning. And this is really just right now I'm just saying this for the benefit of Codemasters, because they need to get their heads out of their asses and improve their AI. I decided to change my cornering ability, make it a little bit better by softening the suspension and lowering my ride a little bit. And this should allow me to... What's it called? I should be taking corners a lot faster. And should allow me to overtake some of these guys in braking zones, because lower ride height's going to essentially increase downforce, which means my braking is going to be a lot better. And here I'm just bouncing off of everything, which really isn't that great. Once you hit one wall in a street circuit, when you do have full damage turned on, you're going to start taking a lot of damage, and that's going to mean you're going to take even more damage, so on and so forth.
I've asked your teammate to push for a higher position.
And there I just suck it up, and a lot of Raven West. I mean, keeping them far back here does hurt them, and I don't think they win the Constructors, but I don't know. I tried to go way too fast in there, and I fuck up my suspension pretty hard. At this point, it was really tempting for me to take the DNF. And there goes the other Raven West, and... Oh, I take my restart here. Okay. Forgot I hadn't used it on this course. Because normally I use it on the first lap. Because I get spun out or something. Boom! Slam. Sorry to my teammate. I was trying to take a gap that was there, and there goes my teammate. I spun my teammate out. Yeah, there's an unwritten racing. Number one, it's don't crash, and number two, it's don't crash your teammate. And I tried to take that one out flat out because I think it can be taken flat. I still think it can probably be taken flat out. I make up a shit ton of time through that double right-hander. But it's not enough considering this is a major braking zone right here that I should actually brake for. And it takes me a few laps to actually realize, dude, you need to brake for it. The reason why I'm doing the whole race here is because why the hell not? And there we go, damaging my engine again. At this point, it's even more tempting for me to take the DNF. But I decided I'm going to finish it out because it's not at a point where it's bad enough for me. I can still drive it comfortably. I just have to slide it out of the occasional skid and keep it on course, but it's not that bad. I mean, street racing was a lot less stressful than, say, touring. The open wheel was fun, it's just... For some reason, Codemasters doesn't understand that their AI needs to be nerfed significantly. When the AI always gets a better start than you, no matter, even if you do everything right, like... I've set up my car for pure acceleration, and yet the AI still always seems to get a better start than I do. And it's really annoying, to be quite honest. And then to have the AI actually not suffer, say, at least in terms of open wheel, not suffer brake problems, not go into skids. They always take everything perfectly. I mean, sure, there's some scripted crashes and stuff like that, but there's... It's not enough for the AI. The AI just always does better. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Now, I am looking forward to I said I was going to save it for later. I really don't want to do endurance or tuner just yet. I think I'll save those. I think I'll do another season of open wheel. try to at least score, try to at least improve over last season. And I mean, if anything, this has shown that I have improved, because even though I started very far up on the grid, even though I started second, I still won. And I was setting fastest laps and stuff like that, so I obviously have the pace. I'm just suffering from Grosjean syndrome, which is I tend to crash a lot. And that's the end of the race. So, until next time,
Let's move on to the next
see ya.
season and get back on track.
Peace.